guys, welcome back to Code and Test. So, if you are planning to take the Azure Data Engineer, you are on the right place. So, I think you have viewed my all my prior videos. I have posted some 6 to 8 videos related to data engineering. So, I have as of now till now I have consumed some 50 plus questions. So, I'm planning to give some 200 plus questions, 216 plus questions for you for just for before you take the exam, just go through my questions. It's kind of a direct dumps. You can directly watch all my dumps and understand the concept of Azure data engineering, and you can clear your exams in the first shot. So why are you waiting for? Just follow the videos and pass your data engineering. So we are in the 51st question. So just start. You have an Azure Synapse Analytics Apache Spark pool named Pool1, and you plan to load JSON files from an Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 container into a table into Pool1. The structure and the data types vary by file. You need to load the files into a table. The solution must maintain the source data type. What should you do? So answer over here is load the data by using the open row set transient SQL command in Azure Synapse Analytics serverless SQL pool. Load and data by using PySpark. So you have to option. You have this four option. Out of this, you can use either C or D. So you can choose this both or. This question will come for sure. So if it is like if multiple options, you can select C and D, and if you have only C over there, you can select only C or D. Okay, you got the answer, right? So moving to the 52nd question. You have an Azure Databricks workspace named Workspace 1 in the standard pricing tier. Workspace 1 contains all purposes cluster named cluster 1. You need to reduce the time it takes for cluster 1 to start and scale up. The solution must minimize cost. What should you do first? So create a pool in Workspace 1. That should be your first step. Okay. Moving to the 53rd question. You have the following Azure Stream Analytics query. Okay, we have a query over here. For each of the following statements, select X if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Okay, so thing is like just see what is the query all about. So you have the select star from input and select the query and select from output partition. We are doing partition everything. So this query combines two streams of partition data. So we are not having it's kind of one two steps, so we don't have it, so it's no. The stream scheme key and the count must match the output scheme. Yes, it should. So its answer is yes. Providing 60 streaming units will optimize the performance of the query. So yes, that will also improve the performance of the query. So the answer is no, yes, yes. Okay, moving to the question number 54. You are building a database in an Azure Synapse Analytics Server SQL pool. You have data stored in Parquet file in an Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2 container. Records are structured as shown in the following sample. Okay, so we have JSON kind of data. The records contain two applicants of at most. You need to build a table that includes only the address field. How should you complete the transaction SQL statement to answer? Select the appropriate option in the answer area. So first option will be it's like the how the question will come is like whatever the green color which I have given, right? It's kind of a drop down. You will be having a left side options over there. You have to just choose the correct answer over there. Okay, so here obviously create external table is the answer. Then the below run from open row set, that is the right answer over here. So guys, if I know that I'm going with answers alone, so if you have any doubts in like why I have choose this answer, and if you need much explanation, just comment me below. I will, because I'm taking as it as a dumps. It's not in the form of explaining one question, so it will be like a too much of lengthy video. So I think it's like a straightforward answer. If you have some skill set of Azure data engineering, then you taking this dumps will be really helpful for to clear the exam. So if you are not learning anything about Azure data engineering and directly just for sake, if you are taking the exam, I don't really recommend it. So if you need some explanation about only for one question, if that answer is not clear, just comment below to this video. I will explain with why we have selected that particular option for that particular question. Okay, hope it make it clear. So moving to the 55th question. You have an Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated SQL pool named Pool 1 and an Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 account named Account 1. You plan to access the files in Account 1 by using an external table. You need to create a data source in Pool 1 that can reference when you create the external table. How should you complete the transaction SQL statement? The answer to select appropriate option in the answer area. So here the same thing, only it's a create statement thing, and here we have the option as type is equal to Hadoop and it's in blob storage. So we have to select that particular option. Moving to the 56th question, you have an Azure subscription that contain an Azure Blob Storage account named Storage 1 and Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated SQL pool named Pool 1. You need to store the data in Storage 1 and data will be ready by Pool 1. The solution must meet the following requirements. Enable Pool 1 to skip the columns and rows in the unnecessary in the queue. So automatically create column statics, minimize the size of the file, which types of file should be used. So what will be the using? The automatic creation of status is turned on by the Pocket file. For CSV file, you need to create stats manually until automatic creation of the CSV file is supported. So which types of file we used? So here the answer is CSV file. Okay. Moving to the 57th question. You plan to create a table in the Azure Synapse Analytics dedicated pool. Okay, data in the table will be retained for 5 years. Once a year, data that is older than 5 years will be deleted. You need to ensure that the data is distributed evenly across partitions. The solution must minimize the amount of time required to delete all data. How should you complete the transaction SQL statement? To answer the question, you have to just put drag and drop the answer. So here, this is the query which we have, and we have this hash and order decay date key over here in this left side panel, and you have to drag it over there. That's how we have to take this exam. So here, the distribution is always hash, and partition is order date key. So I hope you got the answer. Okay, moving to the 58th question. You have an Azure Data Lake Storage into need to design a data archiving solution that meet the following requirements. Data that is older than 5 years accessed infrequently must be within 1 second. 1 second will be requested. Data that is older than 7 years not accessed. Cost must be minimized while maintaining the required availability. How should you manage the data? So data over 5 years old data move to cold storage. So I hope you can recollect the previous questions as well. So the concepts or the sections which we handle for data engineering are like 6 or 8 categories I have initially told in the first video. So you can accept the same kind of questions with the different variety of questions with the same category. So you can just what do you call compare and learn so that you can easily pass this exam. Data over 7 years older data will be moved to archive storage. So its answer is easy. 59th question, you plan to create an Azure Databricks workspace that has a tiered structure. So it's kind of a series of questions. So this kind of question will be same. The answer will be like the what do you call the description of the explanation of the scenario might be the same, and the question will be like one after another it will be coming. And if you choose this kind of question is a bit tricky because the scenario is same and you have to take some 5 to 6 questions. So if you're not properly understand the concepts and thing, once after selecting it, when you move to the next question, you can't change the previous question answer. So this is bit what do you call it? It's a kind of you can lose your marks over here. So better understand the scenario better so that you won't miss it when you pass to one question after another. Okay. A workload of the data engineer who will use Python and SQL, the workload of the jobs that we run notebooks that use Python, Scala, and SQL, a workload that data scientists will be used to perform the ad hoc systems, Scala and R. The enterprise architecture team of your company identifies the following standards for Databricks environment. The data engineer must have a shared cluster. The job cluster will be managed by use of request process with whereby data scientist and data engineer provides notebook for the deployment of the cluster. So this I have given all the scenarios. So you need to create a Databricks cluster for the workload solution. They are asking to create a Databricks cluster for the workload. So you create a standard cluster for each data scientist and high concurrency cluster for the data engineers and standard cluster for the jobs. So does it meet the goals? Answer is no. We would need a high concurrency cluster for the jobs. That is the correct answer. So it will be like the next question will be also same. So the answer is same. Answer is the same in the sense you have to understand the concept, then you have to choose it. So next question is the same and question only. So here, same scenario I have given. The solution and the problem statement is different. You need to create a Databricks cluster for the world solution. You create a standard cluster for each data scientist, a high concurrency cluster for the data engineer, and high concurrency cluster for the job. So this is what we actually expected. So answer is yes over here. So I hope you what I'm explaining is understandable, right? So moving to the 61st question, you plan to create a real-time monitoring app that alerts user when a device travel more than 200 meters away from the designated location. Interesting. You need to design and assure stream analytics jobs to process the data for a planned app. The solution must minimize the amount of code developed and the number of technologies used. You include the stream analytics jobs to answer such appropriate question. Okay, so input type should be stream, okay, and the functional will be geospatial. So because it's that when you move something from one object, it's like with built-in geospatial function, you can use Azure Stream Analytics to build an application. So moving to the 62nd question, the company has a real-time data analysis solution that is hosted on Azure, Microsoft Azure. The solution uses Azure even have to ingest data and an Azure stream. Analytics jobs could job and to Azure the analyze the data. The cloud job is configured to use 120 streaming units. So you need to optimize performance of for the Azure Stream Analytics job. Which two actions should you perform? Each correct answer present data as the solution. So the answer over here is D and F. Scale the SU count for the job up and scale the streaming unit count for the job down. So answer is D. Oh, sorry, that is E, right? Sorry, it's mistakenly mentioned it. So D and F implement query parallelization for partitioning the data input. So please make correct it yourself. D and F is the correct answer over here. Okay, moving to the 63rd question. You need to trigger an Azure data factory pipeline when a file arrives in a Azure data log storage container. Which resource provide should be so sorry about that. Which resource provider should you enable? So answer is Microsoft Event Grid. So moving to the 64th question, you plan to perform batch processing in Azure's Databricks once daily. Which type of Databricks cluster should we use? The answer is automated. Automated database clusters are the best for jobs and automated batch processing. So moving to the 65th question, you have an Azure Data Factory instance that contains two pipelines named Pipeline and Pipeline 2. And Pipeline 1 have the active shown in the following exhibit. And Pipeline 2 has so they have given below. You execute Pipeline 2 and store procedure 1 in Pipeline fields. And what is the status of the pipeline runs? So you execute Pipeline 2 and stored procedure 1 and pipeline files. So the answer is A, the pipeline 1 and pipeline 2 will be succeeded because activities are linked together via dependencies. A dependency has a condition of one of the following: succeed, fail, and skipped and complete. So both pipeline and pipeline 2 will be succeeded. So we are coming to the end of this video. So I hope you have understood whatever the questions I have taken. So 65 questions we have covered. So 150 plus questions are yet to come. So I have thought of giving 100 plus questions and stopping it, but I feel like you might not clear within the 100 because it's like we have this 200 plus questions, so the number of questions will be coming with 65 and 70, so there might be some chance that you may miss out the important or the kind of questions. So whoever is coming for the first time or those who are the subscribers who is watching my video continuously, please go through all the videos before you take the exam because money matters. So I don't want you my subscribers to lose money for the second time. So thank you all. Happy learning. Please learn accordingly. Thank you.